Back again here on Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I got a couple of great clips here for you. They're both kind of the same theme. It is how we need to be handling these lefties that continue to lie to us and continue to try to destroy our country with their negativity, with their sad situation, with the propaganda that they have pushed on our country. I'm talking about one of Biden's head economists, one of the guys whispering in his ear, telling everybody, especially Biden, oh, no, the economy's fine, spend more money, you're doing great, inflation is down. Well, he gets fact-checked pretty hard today here on Fox News, Fox Business. Really great. Stick around, folks. It's a couple minutes long. And I've got another great clip for you as well. It's almost to the point of harassment, but this guy chases this scoundrel down just to let him know how he feels, know what he's a part of, how he needs to correct his ways. I love to see Republicans, conservatives, people that care about this country, even news commentators that speak up and just say, hey, that's bullshit. You're lying. I love to see it, so I'm bringing it to you all today. Here we go, folks. Check this out.
The Council of Economic Advisors, Jared Bernstein. You know, Jared, I understand your frustration sometimes when you look at the data and Americans don't buy the data, but they really don't buy the president telling them that they're essentially wrong. It's not that bad. So how do you navigate that?
Well, that's not at all what the president tells them. And in fact, yesterday, if you look at his statement, which is on the White House website.
First lie already, folks, right out the gate.
On the inflation report, we got a very favorable report from the perspective of the markets today, as you have been reporting correctly. But he pointed out, I think one of his first sentences is, we know families are still struggling with prices that are too high. I mean, this is practically a quote from his statement yesterday.
And he's going to use that statement there as a Band-Aid several times more in the 13-minute long clip of him going back and forth with Mr. Cavuto. I'm not going to play you the whole 13-minute clip, folks. Don't worry, it's more of the same talking points, more than an actual argument, because he doesn't have anything, any facts to back up the actual numbers. The poll numbers show everything.
Never will this president blow off the struggles that families like the one he grew up in are going through. Instead, he'll take...
Another lie right there. Biden is not going to let families go through the struggles. He don't even have to finish the sentence. We know that's a damn lie. Biden only cares about his own family, and that's about it.
Action to help them through cutting costs, prescription drug, clean energy, housing, child care, junk fees, actively working to lower costs in those areas. So not at all dismissive of America's concerns in that regard, Neil.
All right, well, some might disagree with you on that, but I do want to get behind why the president keeps...
We all disagree with him on that.
Claiming this. This is what talking about inflation. Take a look.
We have dramatically reduced inflation from 9% down to close to 3%. We're in a situation where we're better situated than we were when we took office. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%. But look, people have a right to be concerned. I think inflation has gone slightly up. It was at 9% when I came in, and it's now down around 3%.
Jared, why does he keep saying that? You're his top you're the head of the Council of Economic Advisors. Do you ever whisper in his ear, Mr. President, just to be technical about it, it was at 9% when you assumed office, it was 1.4%. It got as high as 9% in 2022. You brought it down from that, but it was never, ever, ever 9% when you came into office. So why does he keep saying it?
This guy's answer is rich, folks. Here you go. He's either in as much denial as Biden, or maybe Biden is not in denial. Maybe Biden is listening to clowns like this guy here who truly believe that things aren't broken, or they're just blowing smoke up our ass, just like they're blowing sweet nothings in Biden's ear. Bunch of bullshit and lies. Here we go.
Well, first of all, let me point out that in that very quote you played, the president talked about how concerned he was for households struggling with prices that he consistently characterizes as too high.
That's not what I asked you.
So
why does he keep misrepresenting this?
He's making the point that the factors that caused inflation to climb to 9% were in place when he took office. I
No,
think it
that's
was
not what
by-
he said. He said it was at
No.
9%. It would eventually
So by
get to
the-
9% a little over a year after that. But the fact of
Well,
the
that's-
matter is it wasn't 9%. So if I can't trust him quoting data in real time, why should I believe what he's talking about now?
So the annual growth in core inflation in the second quarter of 21 was in fact about 9%. And his point about inflation down 60% off its peak is very much the case. So look,
I'm going to pause that graph right there just because I want to look at it as well with y'all. This over here, right here, this is January 21. This is when Trump left office. The very next month, the economy starts getting worse because people start realizing, oh, I better tighten up. Things start costing more. Biden starts signing executive orders, more executive orders, more executive orders, more cutbacks on our fuel and oil industry, our natural gas industry. And then for a few months, it looks like it leveled out a little bit. But ever since then, month after month after month, going up, going up, going up. Now, it does look like it's come down some. But truth be known, I don't believe these stats. I believe it is way up there. They say things like bread and eggs and cheese and milk and gasoline are up as much as 15 or 20%. That's not the numbers I'm getting. I know I used to pay $1 something for a carton of eggs. It is now $3 and something. That's 300% where I come from, 200 and something percent. Same way on the meat. You cannot buy a 5-pound chub of hamburger anymore for $7 or $8. It is now $12, $15 minimum. Everything is 2 to 3 times more. That's what you know at the end of the week when you get your paycheck, go to the grocery store, take care of your bills, put gas in your vehicle. What these charts say doesn't mean a hill of beans to the American people. What matters to us is we're being lied to while we're actually feeling the inflation kick us in the teeth every time we open our wallets and have to spend more than we should on something that is smaller than it used to be at the grocery store because they're beating us with the shrinkflation as well. I think the businesses are having to shrink things down in order to keep a profit going, to keep things from being so outrageous just because the inflation is worse than the government is telling us about. But at any rate, guys like this are the ones whispering in Biden's ear, and that is why you can't believe a damn word Biden says because, for one thing, he's a liar. Number two, his brain is gone. Number three, he's just a puppet. Number four, he's being lied to. There's no chance we're ever going to get accurate information out of that guy's mouth. Here we go. Let's go ahead and finish off the rest of this clip with the SmackDown.
No, it wasn't. It was not. It was not at that. So you're almost as bad as he is. Why can't you just say it was high? It got as high as 9%. You'd be accurate in saying that. And we have now brought it down, and we're struggling in around the 3% area. But it's better than it was. But instead, to hang it on his predecessor, that you inherited something that was through the roof when we were in the middle of COVID. It just seems to the American people, whether you're Republican or Democrat, you're lying. You're just lying.
Well, hold on. I hear you. The president was making the point that I think is unequivocally true. The factors that took inflation to 9% were in place when he took office.
That is not what he said, Jared. And you're a very smart guy with this stuff. You could just whisper, and he's a good friend of yours, obviously, thinks the world of you. Many others do as well. You could have just told him, Chief, I got to tell you, Mr. President, whatever you say, you might even, in fact, call him Joe. That's how close you are. And say, sir, it was not 9%. Stop it with the 9%, because the more you say that, the more people don't believe what you're saying.
There we go, folks. That's good enough for me. And they haggle back and forth for another 9 minutes. And this guy here on the left is all talking points. And the saddest part of this whole situation is he is part of the problem. He is senior staff level in Biden's ear, part of the problem. But I do like how Fox Business, Mr. Cavuto, handled this guy. Perfect. That's the way it needs to be done. When they come on shows and lie, When they step out in public and profess one thing or another, we need to do like Maxine Waters says, draw a crowd, not for violence, but to let them know the truth. We can enlighten people. We can get the publicity we need to let the world, one way or another, to let the world know that elections are rigged. Democrats are liars. Perverts come in all shapes and sizes, but the Democrat Party promotes it. And so many other facts that we just need to get out there to the American public. Trump is innocent of all these charges, but is being railroaded. I think that one's becoming more and more apparent to the everyday average American that don't even probably watch news, but see what's going on. So that's definitely encouraging. But I got another video clip for you. Another guy handling up on his business the right way. I like to see it. I like to see the confrontation. Maybe that's just something about who I am, something about my personality, but I like to see people get fact-checked in real time. And I like to see these Biden appointee weasels at least get confronted, if not prosecuted, for the way they act. It says, you're a effing liar. Norm Eisen, key architect behind the color revolution, the 1619 Project, and all this DEI garbage, and 180 lawfare cases against Trump confronted outside courthouse. 180 lawfare cases against Trump. Wow. So everything that is going on against Trump, this right here is one of the masterminds to the whole process, is what it sounds like to me. It says, sincere hope that this is the best 60 seconds you experience all day. I've been to this trial over a dozen times to talk to this one weasel in particular at Norm Eisen, and here it finally is. And I'm going to be checking on Mr. Norm Eisen myself. He sounds like a really bad character. Now let's watch this. We got a couple clips here, folks. This is great.
Norm, exactly the guy I wanted to speak to.
I'm sorry, I'm on a call.
Well, it doesn't matter because you're a fucking liar who set this all up, and Costello just exploded your bullshit. You're going to jail, bro. What's the matter?
Officer, this gentleman is harassing me.
I'm not harassing him. I'm asking him questions. This is a guy who's lied to set up this whole trial. Norm, I'm not harassing you. I'm asking about how you've lied to set up this whole trial, how you've obviously coerced Michael Cohen to pay Stormy Daniels out of his own money. That's exactly what Costello testified to, and that you're lying about, Norm. Why are you lying, Norm? You are destroying this country. You know that? You're going to go to jail, Norm. Jail, Norm. They like guys like you in jail. You know what happens to you in jail, Norm?